So we're going to be looking at how to shampoo somebody's hair, which includes sitting them at the basin and then taking them back over to the chair and everything else in between. So I've got my wonderful model here. Tom, please come and take a seat. And what we're going to do is just make sure that they're slid back into the chair quite nicely, which we have. Then we're just going to say, right, just mind your head. I'm going to lower the sink. So we're going to lower the sink, and we just want to make sure that their collar is not pressed in on this gel bit here, because if there is clothing there, it's going to get wet and it's going to soak right through. So we're just going to push that down if they're wearing a collar, just to explain what we're doing, and then just tip your head back for me into the sink, and I'm just making sure the hair goes over the gel cover there, which makes it more comfortable. Okay, and what else did we have to say about that? There's something in my head which has gone now.
The shorter you go for the towel.
That's it, yeah. If they're short, what we're going to do is offer them a towel. And if they're really short, we've got a booster chair. Now this is really important because these sinks are not the best, and we have noticed that shorter people are getting wet because their neck doesn't fill the gel, so it doesn't make a watertight seal. And we're also going to check their feet are touching the floor, because otherwise it's like mild torture. It puts a lot of pressure on their back. So if their feet is not touching the floor, we're just going to grab a stool from here and just pop it down there, and they can put their feet on it. Tongue is tall enough, so that is all good. So then we're going to turn on the hot water, and we try and have it's 6 o'clock is the coldest and 9 o'clock is the hottest, so try and have it in between, about 7:30, and then we're just going to pull. I just put it on full pressure just to get the hot and cold moving, and then it's too powerful if it's on full pressure, so then we're going to lower the pressure slightly. Okay, so now I've got the temperature up to speed. I'm just going to lower the pressure, make sure their head is tipped back, and I'm just going to start by wetting the hair. And I'm always going to ask, how is that temperature? Is that too hot?
It's perfect.
It's okay? Okay, good. So what we're doing is we're just wetting the hair, and then we're building up to the front hairline. Then I'm going to make a seal with my finger and just drag that water back. I'm going to seal around the ear and fill my hand, dragging it back. A successful shampoo is one where we do not get the client's ears wet. We don't want any water in the ears if we can avoid it. So same again. So I'm just using my hand to make a suction to pull the water back here. Now it's a little bit awkward on your non-dominant side, so I'm putting in here, and then I'm going to pull back. So what I'm doing is pressing like my right hand and little pinky on the skin, filling up my hand with water. Can you get this, Chaz? And then scooping that back, and that's going to stop the water from going in their ears. What you're going to find with this as well is sometimes you might want to ask your client, if you just lift your chin up in the air and tip your head a bit further back for me. Okay, I'm going to lower it a little bit. Just try and keep your head back like that. Yes, that's it. Makes it a bit easier for us. And sometimes I might just say, I just want to keep the water off your face. So then I've got the back as well. Now the hair is all wet and the ears are fine. So we're going to start with the Solu, which is the clarifying shampoo. Just going to do one pump and then just distribute the product in my hand nice and evenly. And then the first technique is called effacage. So that means we're just spreading the product around the head. And what I like to do is think of the head in 4 sections. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're just distributing the product all around the head. It's a bit easier on shorter hair. Now you can see I've got a nice coating all the way through the hair. Then I'm moving on to friction, which is a bit of pressure and the fingers moving like so. And we can see that that's bringing up a bit of lather fairly quickly. This is not always the case, so don't worry if it doesn't lather up at first. Do not put more shampoo on if you don't get a lather first time. So then I'm just mixing it. I'm mixing between the effacage to distribute the suds and the friction to get it going. We want to be putting a little bit of pressure on as well. We don't want to be too light. At first you're going to be a bit scared that you're going to hurt their head, but you will not hurt their head. Heads are very strong. That's what they're there for, to protect our brains. So we don't need to go too much on this first shampoo, just as long as we're working it through the hair. If we've got longer hair, we're going to work it on the scalp first of all. And if we've got some suds like we have now, we're going to then grab the hair and we're just going to squeeze and work them down the lengths of the hair like so. So what I'm going to do now, you can just put, shampoo likes a lot of water, so you can just top up with a bit of water and that's going to keep it going very nicely. I'm just checking at the back hairline. I might get them to lift their head slightly. Just keep it there, but keep it pressed back for me. There we go. And then checking in on that side as well. If the hair's longer, it's not going to get in here, so you might pick this hair up and just make sure do your effacage to make sure you've got some suds under there. Then we're going to tip the head back and then we're going to rinse now. Exactly the same as before. So I've got my little finger here pressed on the head and I'm starting right at the front because we want to just be as efficient as possible. In the salon we have about 7 minutes to turn around a shampoo and we want to be doing a head massage for 2 of those minutes. So we've got about 2 minutes per section, shampoo, condition, head massage. So we're starting right at the front, finger on the head, pulling it all the way back. Getting in, and I'm putting my finger, pressing on the finger, then filling with water, and then rinsing back. And we can see now that's pretty good, there's no soap there. Same again on this side, hand is pressed right in, filling with the water and then pulling back. I'm actually right-handed and I find it easier on the left-hand side. I don't know why. I think I'm part right-handed, part left-handed. My mum's left-handed, so there you go. Right, so that is rinsed pretty well, but I'm going to do one more shampoo. So the Solu is the clarifying shampoo, that's this one. So this is going to remove the dirt and the build-up from the hair, products, pollution. Then we're going to treat the hair with one of our specific shampoos for their particular needs. So with tongue, the hair it's in pretty good condition. It might be a little bit dry, so I'm going to use the Oi shampoo. We'll go through the shampoos in detail in another video. But this one is a good all-rounder. It's going to moisturize it and add a bit of shine. So again, we're just distributing the shampoo on our hands, and then we've got the effacage as we apply. We can see this shampoo is actually a little bit thicker, and we should notice that it's going to lather up a little bit quicker now because we've got clean hair. So just to reiterate, we're doing one to clean it, remove the product, and then another to treat it. And we'll always want to do 2 shampoos. So I'm just working those suds in, they've lathered up quite nicely, then moving through to the friction. And I find the best place to start is on the top of the head. I'm going to press in quite hard. Is that pressure okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? And that always gets it going really well. Don't start here or here or here. You want to just get it working up. A bit of effacage to distribute it. And that always gets the lather going. Then I'm going to hold the head, I'm going to move to that back section, remember section number 4. And it does help to just have a system because it means you can just be as efficient as possible. And you're going to notice that when we come through to blow drying and hair cutting, it's very systemized. So now I'm on these two side sections, bit of pressure, and I notice the head's not moving too much as well. Because you want to get the job done to a very high standard, quickly and efficiently, because hairdressing is really about timings. Some people might think, oh, well, I'm going to take my time and give the client the best service. But, you know, that client might be in a rush to get out or whatever. We're booking people in for appointments for 1 hour. They should be out at that 1 hour. Okay, so just friction with a little bit of effacage just to make sure that we're distributing it nice, and that's pretty good. Just making sure I've got the fringe in. And again, just a reminder, if it's long hair, you're going to just be gathering those suds and like working them through. Don't rub the hair like that. You're just working, squeezing the suds through to the lengths. If it's really long hair, what I tend to do is I'll just grab the ponytail and rinse that, get as much of it out as possible. Really just use the pressure of the water. That's as long as it's going to take, like 5 seconds, and then you're going to go to the front and start dragging. So again, exactly the same technique. This is the one to practice. That finger's pressed against the skin and you're just pulling those suds back away from the hairline. Getting in. Are your ears still dry inside, Tom?
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so you can see there's no bubbles there. That's enough. As soon as I've got it like that, I'm going to stop. Then just checking that front hairline. So your hair goes on, filling the water up, and then just combing it, pulling it back. And I'm going to get the front done first, same as I do with the tint, and then just move to the back because the water's naturally pushing a lot of the suds off the back anyway, as long as I've cleared the way if the hair's really long. So now we're going on the other side. Again, just protecting the ear, hand on the head, and let the water do the work. Then we've got that front done. Now I can just really let the water, you've got lots of pressure here. This isn't even turned up to full. We're going to just check the back as well. So maybe they're going to lift your head up slightly, but keep it pushed back for me. That's it. And then I'm just going to rinse that back as well. Now I'm going to turn the tap off and I'm just going to have a look. So there's actually still a few bits of bubbles there. Let's put your head up. That looks fine at the back, so it's actually just that top front bit. And just be careful with the water when you turn it back on. Sometimes it can fluctuate in temperature. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, remember I said shampoo likes water? So we were topping it up, where conditioner does not like water. You want to make a bit of room for the conditioner, so I'm just going to grab the disposable towel and just blot the hair somewhat. I'm being exaggerated there just for the video. If it was the wet hair, long hair, you're just going to squeeze down, and then we're going to put that down here for later. And just we're going to go with the oil conditioner. Short hair, you do not need a lot of conditioner at all, just a little pea-sized amount. And then what we're going to do is just work it through the lengths of the hair. So if it's longer hair, obviously we'd start through the mid-lengths, which would be here. And then you're going to pull it through to the ends. And then, excuse me, that is going to work its way up to the root anyway. So then I'm going to comb the hair through. We're going to get a tangle teaser. And if we are combing through, we will start at the ends and work our way up to make sure. If it's very thick and curly, we might be separating the hair out in sections to do it. As we've got short hair, this is very straightforward. Okay, so now the conditioner is on, is combed through. I'm going to ask, first of all, let me just check my list. So I'm going to ask my client, would you like a head massage?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, lovely. And we always ask if we want a head massage. The answer is not always yes. About 1 in 10 people say no. So this is the scalp massage technique. We're going to start with 2 fingers at the front of the hairline. And we're going to put on pressure. We're going to say, is that pressure okay for you?
Yes.
Yeah, and we're pressing on quite hard here, harder than you think. Get your feet in position as well so you're not putting too much strain on your back. And what I'm doing is I'm doing small circles, which is pushing the blood into the scalp from the rest of the head and working round the hairline. So remember we said about the importance of having a good system. We want to make sure that it's the same for our clients and consistent. So I'm just going around the back and then I'm switching over. I'm at the centre back of the hairline now and then I'm just pushing the blood up into the scalp. I'm putting on a lot of pressure. Often I'm just like leaning with my weight here to the front. Put your head back. As I go through to then bigger circles here. So I'm going further out into the hairline, pushing it into the scalp. And we're going to be down on the temples there. Much slower than you think as well. So it's slower and more pressure than you think is good. I'm going right into the soft bit of the neck there. And again, pushing that up. Kind of leaning my way, pushing that blood up. So then we've got plenty of blood in the scalp, so it should be quite sensitive. Then from there, I've just worked a way up in the line, all the way through the middle of the head. Then I'm switching to my fingers, and now it's more like the friction technique, where you've got the 4 fingers, and I'm moving on to these 2 side sections. Just slow and steady sort of movements with the fingers. And again, harder and slower than you think is the way to do it. Does that feel nice?
Yes.
Yeah. So we've done a bit on those 2 sections. Then I'm moving on to the back section. You do not want to take your hands off the head. You want to keep your hands on the head. So then moving the back and the top section. And then I'm coming up and going back to the sides. And we want to be doing this for around about 2 minutes, just alternating between the sides and the top. Nice and slow. And then back to those 2 sections. So it's very systemized. You don't have to sort of worry too much or get lost. And roughly 2 rotations of that I find normally gets me to about 2 minutes. Then what we're going to do, without taking my hands off the head, I'm going to start to then comb through the hair. And that's just going to say to our clients, okay, relaxing time is over now. I'm going to start to rinse it. Just pull it through, and then sometimes your clients might say, oh, that was nice. And you go, oh, thank you, you're very welcome. And just combing through with the fingers. Remember, we've already combed the hair through with the brush, so it should be fairly easy there. And then we're going to rinse. So the conditioner is a little bit harder to rinse out than the shampoo, because the shampoo shows you the bubbles, whereas the conditioner just leaves like a bit of greasy residue. But you've got the technique. I'm just giving the back a quick rinse, same as before, and then hand onto the head, sliding back. Just filling that up with water, and away we go. It's going to be a little bit hard to test, but you're just going to move the hair around, have a look, and you might even get, that's not quite squeaky. Sometimes you get a nice squeaky clean, and that's quite satisfying. So I'm just going to do the other side. This is how the water used to be. at DKUK, but we've got a pump downstairs now, so use the power, use the force. And I can't tell you how much easier it's made rinsing colour off, having good amount of pressure as well. Okay, and we're just checking the back as well, just make sure the head is lifted up, and then we're going in on that side, and then on that side. And we're going to turn the water off, and just check. So if it's long hair, I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to just look with my look and feel. That seems fine. Okay, then we're going to grab our disposable towel. So just going to take a bit more moisture out of the hair. Now we're going to look at the towel wrap. On short hair, don't bother doing a towel wrap, it doesn't need it. You know, just a dry is fine. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go through the towel wrap now though. So what you're going to do is grab it by the long edge. And go down halfway through their head, get the hair in, go in above the ears, and then you're going to go sit forward for me please. And then you're going to wrap one side under the other. I can't do this now under pressure. And I'm just going to twist it, and then I'm going to tuck it in to the inside there. That's tight, but not too tight. And then what we say to our clients is, you may go and take your seat now. I'll be with you in a moment. And then you're just going to rinse off the section, rinse off the basin, get all the hair, and put the hair in the little hair pot over here. And you might just like dry that off as well. So that's ready for the next person. Dry your hands. Then we're going to head over, and there should be a drinks menu over there, and we are going to ask if this client would like a drink and get them a drink. And that is how we do shampoo.